guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice. I just wanted to throw a quick video your guys' way. So it's been 6 months since I started my Etsy shop, give or take a day or two. I started sort of mid-March. And so I thought what I would go ahead and do is just give you a really quick look at my shop stats for the last 6 months. So this is everything this year since I began from scratch my Etsy store. And I won't go into too many details. I'll just let you see what all my shop has managed to do in the last 6 months, and I'll show you some of the small changes and things that I have made that I think have probably helped that quite a lot. So anyway, let me go ahead and just show you. So very first thing I'll show you is the views since my shop has started. You can see that I'm just short of 40,000 views. Just over 7,000 of those are shop views, 32,000 and a few are listing views. And then we'll move on to favorites, and you can obviously see with the graph and stuff, I've had just over 5,000 favorites in the last 6 months, 285 shop favorites, 4,738 listing favorites. Orders, which is always interesting, it says 186 orders. I believe I've had 190 sales in total because a few of those were multiple item orders. But as you can see there, I've had kind of peaks and troughs with that. And at the moment, my Etsy shop is down just a little bit. I'm waiting for it to pick back up. But, that's pretty normal. You can definitely see where summer is. Summer sits right in here, right? But yes, you can see obviously with the months as well. So I started on my very first month, 2 orders. There was about 2 weeks left in that first month. I had about 2 orders there, 29 orders the next month, then 41 in May, 27, 32, 36, and then this month, which we're obviously on the 20th right now, I've had 19 orders so far. And then revenue. So again, you can see the trend there went down in summer and then back up a little bit, and I'm still working on trying to bring that back up right now. It's definitely dipped a lot in September, and I need to work out why, and I need to list more. That's the key. I think I need to list more. But since starting, my Etsy shop has made $3,743.69, and obviously that's before fees, and the cost has taken that I've put into buying individual items and things like that. But if you watch my weekly sales videos, you'll see those numbers like gross profit and net profit. So you can kind of see how I'm doing overall on a weekly basis on Etsy. So those are the cold hard facts of my Etsy shop so far. I did want to show you guys as well just a quick example of how my listings have changed from the beginning to now. So this is a very recent listing. I just put this up this week. In one way, I'm definitely selling different things now, just as you learn as you go and you start to spot things that you would have totally overlooked before. So one thing I've started doing is I've really started working on my photography. Here's an example of an early listing. You can definitely see the difference. So this one is way darker in the background. There's some glare on the product. The angle isn't very forgiving. Overall, it is just not a fantastic photograph of the piece. So this is what I'm working on right now. This is a lot better. I've started using collages and things like that, just trying to give the buyer as much visual information as possible on the items that I'm selling, and I really do think that is making a difference. I have far less questions now about items, especially about condition. I try and get as many condition photographs in there as possible. But overall, I think my thumbnails, i.e. the front page picture, is a lot stronger. And then I want to show you guys real quick, just in my shop here, I wanted to show you my items. So these are basically my categories. So I've been working on these for a little while, just kind of chopping and changing and trying to work out what fits best for me and the type of inventory that I have on a regular basis. And this is what I finally settled on. I feel really comfortable with these. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I feel really comfortable, and I feel like I can contribute to each category on a fairly regular basis. So obviously I have my vintage children's books, vintage home decor, which most things seem to end up in there. Vintage clothing, this is really building right now for me. That's just something I've stepped into in the last couple of months, and I've been doing pretty well with it, actually. I'm quite excited about that. Vintage accessories, I have quite a few in there. It doesn't really thrill me, but vintage eyeglasses, I really enjoyed that category specifically. And vintage jewelry, not so much. Vintage men's, not so much. These are things where I'll consider them in the future and see if they're worth keeping up with or whatnot. toys and games, sewing and craft supplies, gift wrapping cards, stationery and keepsakes. Again, that's one where it's almost a miscellaneous category. The weird things seem to go into there. Collectibles, again, that feels a bit miscellaneous. I feel like I could put them in several different places, so I'm not sure if that's something that just needs to be condensed so I have fewer categories. I'm not sure. I need to work on that. And holiday is really building up right now since we are heading into several major holidays. And last but not least, I was just going to scroll through real quick. These are my sales, my recent sales, and I was just going to show you overall a quick picture of some of the things I've sold. So you can see a lot more clothing kind of cropping up in here. Still some eyeglasses. They just tend to keep going for me. Again, more clothing. These sweaters seem to do very well. Eyeglasses everywhere. A few bucks here and there, a few toys and games, and sort of smaller things. There's definitely some random things that pops up, but my steadies, I had a weird plush week in there somewhere where loads of plush sold. My steadies really do seem to be kind of the eyeglasses and the clothing at the moment, but it really just depends. It depends on where the wind blows, I think, when it comes to Etsy sometimes. But yes, so that is just a quick overview of the first 6 months in the life of my Etsy shop. Let me know what you think. Feel free to share your own experiences or any questions you may have for me in the comments. I would love to impart any other learning curves that I may have undertaken this first 6 months. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I can't wait to hear your feedback and to learn some more from you guys. I really appreciate everything that you share. I have learned so much through your comments, I can't even tell you. Like things about items that I picked up I would never have guessed or found through Google in a million years. So thank you so much for taking the time to share that. I definitely have a lot of moments when I pick stuff up. But anyway, that's how you learn. Okay. Awesome. Have a wonderful week. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys at the weekend. Bye.